here's the signal path. Guitar to wireless. Wireless, cables run underneath, to compressor. Compressor to hot wired. Hot wired to superplex. Superplex to the Mo boost. Now some people like their boosts before their overdrives, but I like my boosts after my overdrives. That way it doesn't increase distortion on it doesn't change your settings. It basically is literally just a volume boost. So that's just a personal preference thing. You can do it anywhere else. Anyways, so here to here to here to here to here, then into the volume pedal. And then I use the tuner output to go there. Then the output of this goes to the guitar input of the pod. Okay, I've turned off all of the effects. All that's being used right now is just an amp model. I've got a few effects programmed on there, but I've just bypassed them all. So then I go out of the 1/4-inch mono output into the input on the M13 or whatever delay pedal you have or reverb pedal. Basically think of it as an effects loop. So like if this was your guitar amp and you had like a 2-channel amp with an effects loop, you would put your drive boxes in front of the amp, and then you'd put like your delays and reverbs in the effects loop. So that's basically what's happening is I created kind of a loop, and since it's doing the amp modeling, I'm just going direct out of the M13 to front of house. And the thing you have to make sure you do whenever you use a pod or I guess even use an effects loop is you have to be careful with your output of this, because if your output of this is too hot, you'll start to get some digital clipping inside your delay processors and stuff, and it won't sound too good. So that's why I've got the master at 12 o'clock here. The 1/4-inch is set to a line output instead of the amp output. The guitar input is got a little bit of a pad on it, so it like when the overdrives push the signal into here, or if I use this, I'm not going to get any digital clipping going into this because my signal's too hot.
Which amp model are you using on that?
Actually, it's like when if you buy one, I'm pretty sure it's the very first page. It's just the plexi that they have standard.
So now it's used on the kidney ones.
Yeah, I really like the Vox AC15 that's in here too.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was just using the pod, I love it. I think it sounds great. But if you're running pedals into it, for some reason that model doesn't take overdrive pedals as well.
So what's all this business over here with this extra volume pedal and this knobby thing?
That's an expression pedal. So you can see on certain settings, like these two delay settings, watch the mix and the feedback on those two increase. You can see that one on the bottom left right there. And this is a 25K pot volume pedal. It's not a normal passive one, it's the active volume one. And you have to use that one as an expression pedal if you want to use it as an expression pedal. So all I'm doing is just using the output with a TRS cable. You can use a 1/4-inch too. And this is basically the same thing. Same pot as in this, but just on a volume knob. And I have that controlling my looper volume. So if you look right here, so like if I was to create a loop, I could fade it in and fade it out. And because I didn't have enough room on the board to put another pedal, I just put a little knob that you can get, with your foot. Just roll it up and off. Like the old MXR knobs. And this thing was actually cheaper than getting one of these, and it's from Mission Engineering. And yeah, you can make it yourself. It's really easy. It's just getting all the parts cheap enough. So
cool.